Dear students, welcome to the video Trigonometric Identities. A mathematical statement which is true for all the values of x is called identity. For example, x plus x is equal to 2x. No matter how much is x, what value actually x takes, it will be equal. X plus x is equal to always 2x. That's why it is called an identity. And to emphasize that some statements are identity, we use instead of this symbol, we use this symbol to emphasize that it is representing an identity. Now the two commonly used identities in this topic for this concept, as I mentioned in the first video in this chapter, are these two identities. First, sine squared of x plus cosine squared of x is equal to 1 for all the angles. The second one, now let me put this symbol, and the second identity is tan of x is equal to sine of x over cosine of x. We use these two identities in order to prove some other identities which you will see in the rest of this video. First example, express 4 cosine squared minus 3 sine squared of x in terms of cosine of x. So we know that cosine squared plus sine squared plus cosine squared is equal to 1. So you can use this identity. Sine squared is equal to 1 minus cosine squared of x. So I replace here for cosine squared of x minus 3, 1 minus cosine squared of x. If you expand, minus 3 times minus cosine squared will be 3 plus 4, 7 cosine squared of x minus 3. The next example prove the identity 1 plus sine of x over cosine of x plus cosine of x over 1 plus sine of x is equivalent to 2 over cosine of x. To prove such identities, there is no difference to start from left or to start from right. But you cannot use both sides simultaneously. You should either start from left to reach the statement on the right, or vice versa. Here I start from the left hand side. I write 1 plus sine of x over cosine of x plus cosine of x over 1 plus sine of x. Now, so I take a common denominator here, which is cosine of x, 1 plus sine of x. So here denominator and numerator should be multiplied by 1 plus sine of x. So 1 plus sine of x, 1 plus sine of x. Here denominator and numerator should be multiplied by cosine of x. So it will be 1 plus sine of x squared plus cosine squared of x. Now, it is the first identity, so it will be 1 plus 2 sine of x plus cosine, sine squared of x, then plus cosine squared of x over cosine of x times 1 plus sine of x. So cosine squared plus sine squared is 1. So 1 plus 1, it would be 2 plus 2 sine of x over cosine of x, 1 plus sine of x. You can factor 2 in the numerator, 1 plus sine of x over cosine of x, 1 plus sine of x. They cancel out each other. So it will be 2 over cosine of x. So The identity has been proved. The last example of this part is this question. Prove the identity 1 plus sine of x over 1 minus sine of x is equal to tan of x plus 1 over cosine of x squared. So to prove this identity, I start from the right hand side, cosine of x squared. So I rewrite tan of x as sine of x over cosine of x plus 1 over cosine of x whole squared. Then as the denominators are common, I rewrite them as one fraction. Now I write them separately, sine of x plus 1 squared over cosine squared of x. Now so cosine squared of x, I write 1 minus sine squared of x, and here instead of sine of x plus 1 I write 1 plus sine of x squared. Then I write it as a product of two brackets, sine of x 1 plus sine of x over. Now instead of 1 minus sine squared, it is, you can use this identity a squared minus b squared is a minus b times a plus b. So it is 1 minus sine of x times 1 plus sine of x. So they cancel out each other, so it simplifies to 1 plus sine of x over 1 minus sine of x. And this identity is proved. Thanks for watching this video.